Hey everyone, I'm back again with another video, and in this video is going to start a little mini series that I'm going to do for the holidays, as I'm going to be trying different treats, holiday treats kind of in the area, and just kind of want to give them kind of an overall score at the end of it. So for this one in particular, what I'm going to be doing is heading over to Wawa and try their snickerdoodle hot latte. I have other local areas that I'm going to try for the series a little bit later on. So if you're interested and want to see how these treats are, what I think about them, keep watching. Like I mentioned, this is going to be a mini series. This one's just going to be of the Wawa latte that I'm going to go out and get today. And then later on, I'm going to do other local places, holiday treats. They're all going to be different kind of treats. Some are going to be hot treats. Some are going to be a little bit colder. Some are going to be lattes and everything. So some just fun, good, Christmassy holiday kind of treats kind of thing. Kind of thought it could be a good little thing to kind of end the year on, just trying out these kind of treats and everything. Try out a new little series kind of thing, see how it goes about it and everything. So it's going to be kind of a mixture of a Witmer's Ventures and a Witmer's Critiques, more critiques than adventures by the end of it. But I'm going to go out and try all these treats and everything. And like I mentioned, the first one's going to be of the Wawa Snickerdoodle Hot Latte. They have a couple of treats going on this month and everything for the holidays and everything. But this is the one that kind of piqued my interest the most. And I'm going to try to do something different every time, because I don't want to just keep doing like a peppermint latte and that kind of stuff. I'm going to do that at some point. I'm just not going to do it with every single one. It's not the point of it. Just trying different kind of flavors of stuff and just pique my interest. And that's the one that piqued my interest for Wawa. So without further ado, let's kind of head on out over to Wawa and go pick that up. Officially made it to Wawa. Just had to get gas first, but then it's going to time to get that latte. And here it is. It's officially been acquired. Now I just need to go find a place to go give this a nice little test. It's a cold one out here, so definitely glad I went with a hot drink for the first kind of go around with this, holiday treat video or series. Also, just ignore the raspiness from my voice. I am starting to come down with a little cold or whatever, so just ignore the little more raspiness of my voice here. To no surprise, I came to the same park that I usually do, if you're familiar with this channel, with many other Witmer's critiques and everything. So it's no surprise that I'm back to this park trying this latte. Also, just ignore the noise here in the background. It's just construction going on across the street. You can kind of see it there. But without further ado, let's give this latte a try. Ooh. Yeah, it's definitely good. I definitely give this a try if you're into lattes like this. It's pretty sweet, but it's not the sweetest one I've had before. Wawa's done a sugar cookie version of a latte before, and that was very sweet, almost too sweet. But this one is actually pretty good. If I had to give this kind of an overall kind of score, let's give this another try before I do that. I want to give it an F. Probably be between a 7. Let's cut the difference. I was going to say between 7.5 and 7.7. So probably like a 7.6 if I had to give it out of 10. Definitely a great taste to it. The reason why I give it more of a 7 than anything else is that I'm just not getting a ton of snickerdoodle flavor to it, which is what it's advertised as. That's the only big critique I have on it. There's definitely cinnamon in there. I'm not really getting cookie or anything. It's getting more cinnamon bun cinnamon kind of thing rather than a snickerdoodle. But that's just my opinion. If you've tried this before, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this. And other holiday treats from Wawa. Obviously they have, like many others, they do the peppermint is the big thing this time of year. So how's that comparative to this and everything? I would definitely give this a try if you haven't already. And this is a good kind of start off for this holiday series. And like I mentioned, I'm not going to try, I could have easily done every single place doing the peppermint latte to see which one had the best, but that's not the point of this series. The point of this series is trying different holiday treats and just giving them a taste test. I'm going to walk around the park a little bit just to keep on moving, because again, like I mentioned, it's a cold one out here. and everything, and my hand's starting to get a little cold, so I might start heading back pretty soon. I do like this park. It's very small and everything, but I do like being able to come down here. They are doing construction, but you know, outside of that, it's still a pretty good park, even though it's winter, getting closer to winter time. I had to get back in my car because it was getting too cold out. But again, it was just a very good treat and everything. Again, good latte overall, just not exactly what I was hoping for when I saw a snickerdoodle kind of latte, because I'm not getting a ton of snickerdoodle flavor in there. But again, I'd probably give it around like a 7.5, 7.7, like I mentioned. It's time for treat number 2. I know I mentioned earlier that was going to be a mini series, but it's all going to be culminating in one video, obviously. And this one is time for treat number 2. I'm trying about like 5 treats for this treats video and everything. But this one, I'm heading back over to a place I've hit a couple times on the channel already. Going over to Twin Valley Coffee. They currently have 2 holiday offerings right now: a peppermint latte, which I'm not going to be doing this time, and a holiday latte. That's the one I am going to be getting. So let's go head out over to Twin Valley Coffee. Officially made it to Twin Valley Coffee. It's time to go get the holiday latte. The only difference is this is probably going to be the one that's the most unique in terms of the treats I'm going to be getting. Obviously, they have a peppermint mocha latte that they have. And then this holiday latte, which for this one, that's the only one that it's only in hot form, whereas peppermint you can get hot or cold. So I'm very curious what it is. I'll tell you more about the flavoring, what's in it, once I actually get the treat. And unlike the last one I did, the Wawa treat I just did, I'm actually going to stay in this Eagleview area and just kind of see how they kind of decorated for the holiday. But before that, here's a quick update on that construction. The last time I was here was barely anything. Now it's pretty high up there. It looks more like it may be like apartments or something they're building, but not 100% certain what it is. But this isn't really an update video of Eagleview. It's more just trying treats, but I just wanted to show that off first. I officially got it. Now it's time to go find a place to go get this a try. Before that, let's go a little look around the area of Eagleview and all. I think these lights here aren't for the holidays, that they're just here all the time. And I will say, this is plenty hot, this latte. First, there's a Christmas tree here. Let's go get a little closer look at it. Like I mentioned earlier, this past weekend, actually, as of recording this, it's the 10th of December. This past weekend, they had a little Christmas tree lighting for this. Santa was here. They had a whole little event thing, and I was gonna come, but obviously I kind of forgot about it, truth be told. But yeah, this is how it kind of looks decorated wise. Let's see how the rest of this area kind of looks. Here's another look at the Santa sleigh, another look at the tree. Doesn't really show up well on the camera, but there are lights on there, some garlands on the railing. But let's go over here to this gazebo. I think there's a spot over there potentially to sit, or at least find some bench or somewhere to sit to give this a treat a try. At least put it down for a second because it is burning my hand. I do need to come back at some point to kind of give a little overarching kind of walkthrough of everything of what Eagleview has to offer and everything. But for now, just trying this treat. And there's a mini little gazebo, and then this is where I'm gonna try my treat. So like I mentioned, this is going to be one of the more unique treats I'm probably going to end up trying, just because, you know, what's in it. And what's in it is espresso, obviously, because it's a latte. But not only that, it has eggnog in it and some Christmas holiday spice. Not sure what the holiday spice is going to be or whatever, but it's very interesting potentially. So without further ado, let's give this a try. Here we go. Interesting. It's interesting. It just tastes like a regular latte to me. I'm not really getting any eggnog or any like holiday kind of thing to it. Maybe it's a little further down the tree. Just the first couple steps, that's all I'm getting. It's just the espresso itself. But let's go walk around a little bit more. eggnog flavor is very faint. It mainly just tastes like a latte. I'm not getting much other kind of flavor to it or whatever. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, just because Twin Valley coffee treats, or the ones that I've gotten in the past, are normally good, but this one's a little bit more lackluster. Again, wasn't really sure what I was expecting with this, but I mean, it's fine. The espresso is actually really good, so that I'm not complaining about. But in terms of a holiday actually treat and everything, I'd probably give it like a 7.4, 7.2. Definitely was expecting more, but this is a little bit more lackluster. So let's go in the middle, 7.3. I'm back in my car now. It was getting really cold out because for some reason recently it's just been very cold. Like it's the middle of winter, even though winter hasn't really quite begun yet. So just gonna I wanted to get into the car and kind of warm it up a little bit before heading out. Kind of give some last minute thoughts to this treat here. Again, if you like Twin Valley coffee in terms of like their espresso and everything, I would probably still suggest this treat. If you're like an eggnog fan and expecting some kind of eggnog beef kind of flavor, it's just not there with this treat. Again, I don't know really what I was expecting, especially when it gets hot. I'm not really sure how that kind of counteracts in terms of eggnog and all that. And I know not everyone's an eggnog fan. I just wanted to try this because I know out of all the treats in the area, that it was going to be the most unique one. The reason why I wasn't doing the peppermint mocha latte is because I'm saving that for a little bit later on in this video to hit Starbucks and do theirs. For this one, again, I'd probably give it like a 7.3, like I mentioned in the last clip, just because for the holiday purposes, it's going to be a little bit lower on my list because of that. But in terms of the treat itself, it is espresso and Twin Valley coffee. It's still good, so it's always a go-to for Twin Valley coffee. So now it's on to the next treat. Time to get the third treat, and it's also going to be the last hot treat too. So the next two are going to be a little bit dicey. Hopefully, it's a little like nicer out the next couple of days for when I have to go try those ones. But today I'm going to do the first actual mint item as well, as I'm going to be heading over to Starbucks to get their peppermint mocha latte. I know that's kind of the traditional drink you kind of think of this time of year, so that's why I want to give it a test, see how it compares to these other ones that I'm taste testing for this treats video. Officially made it to Starbucks. Now it's time to wait in this line to go get the peppermint mocha latte. Changed my mind. The line was a little long, so I'm gonna actually go in and see if that's gonna be any quicker to go get it. So yeah, now it's time to go get it. I officially got it. Took a little longer than I would have liked, but I officially got it. Probably should have stayed in line versus going into the store, but either way, now let's go find a place to try it. Construction at the park was a bit much, and they were using that parking lot for the park to put their trucks and everything, so I ended up just coming back here. So this is where I'm going to do the taste testing from. So without further ado, let's give it a try. I mean, out of all the drinks I've had, or I'm going to be trying for this is the one I've had the most. It's fine. The mint kind of comes second. Like first you kind of get the mocha flavor to it, and then after you kind of get that little bit of mint in there. I'm just not a big fan of the mint that they use for this, the peppermint that they use for it. And then there's better versions of the peppermint mocha latte out there. I don't think this is the best one you can get, obviously. This is the traditional one you'd think for this time of year. That's why I thought, Starbucks, a traditional kind of holiday kind of peppermint mocha latte just seemed good. So let me give this a couple more sips and then give it a rating. I will say out of the three treats that I've tried so far, it is probably the best that I've had so far. Again, if you're looking for a better peppermint mocha latte, I'd probably do the Twin Valleys. That I've had, it's the best, but again, it's not the point of this video. I'd probably give this probably an 8.2 out of 10, which means there's two more treats I still have to get. The only thing downside to them is, like I said, this is the last hot treat that I'm going to be trying. Next year we're going to be cold. One's a frozen coffee, the other one's actually like a milkshake. So it's time to get the next treat. Heading over to Chick Fil A now. Again, like I mentioned in the last clip, it's gonna be my first cold drink, so I may change up a little bit of how I'm gonna taste test it. May just end up tasting this in here just because it's really cold out and it snowed, so it's just not really feel like I'm gonna find a great place. So unfortunately, this is gonna have to be where I do it. But without further ado, let's go head on out to Chick Fil A now. I just arrived at Chick Fil A. Even they're a little decorated out for Christmas as well. Those poles have little Christmas lights on them. You can kind of see the Chick Fil A logo underneath the awning there. Now it's time to go in. Kind of made a better mistake the last time than actually like waiting, so kind of pre-ordered it. So I'm gonna go in and pick that up now. It has been acquired. I got the frosted peppermint coffee. I'm curious what it's gonna actually taste like. I'm curious because I'm not really familiar with like Chick Fil A's coffee. Obviously, if you're like McDonald's with like McCafe, it's gonna be like that, or it's gonna be similar to like a Frappuccino at Starbucks, something like that. I'm just really curious. That's why I kind of went with this one. So like doing like a peppermint shake, which they also serve here at Chick Fil A. Just curious what this was going to taste like and everything. Just because again, I'm not really that familiar with Chick Fil A's coffee. So when I saw that, I felt like I had to give it a taste test. All right, here we go. Interesting. It's very pepperminty forward. That's all I'm really getting. And then in the back half, you get a little bit of the coffee taste to it. I'd say it's kind of in the middle of like a Frappuccino at Starbucks and like a McCafe kind of treat at McDonald's kind of thing. It's kind of a mixture of that. And I'll be honest, I think out of all the things I've tried, even though it's cold, I think it actually might be the best thing I've had so far out of the three other treats I've tried so far. Yeah. I like the combo of the coffee with a little bit of coffee with the peppermint. The peppermint is definitely there. It's not too overpowering, but I'd say the peppermint I got on this one is a lot better than that peppermint mocha latte I got at Chick Fil A or at Starbucks. But this is definitely good. If I had to give this a rating now, let's give it another try before I do that. I'd probably give it like a 8.5, 8.6, somewhere around there. This is actually really, really good. I would highly recommend it. Again, just be wary, it is a cold drink, and this is at the cold time of year, so just be wary of that if you do end up getting it. But now that just means I got one last treat to try. Now I mentioned in the last couple clips that it was going to be another cold drink, but I'm actually going to change it up a little bit because originally I was going to go to Buddy's Burger and get their candy cane milkshake. I'm going to change it up and go back to this place that I started with this video on, and go back to Wawa and get their peppermint cookies and cream hot latte, just because I got that one yesterday, the cold one, frozen one from Chick Fil A, and I wanted to see how it would also kind of taste in a hot kind of form. Just put it into Wawa. Now it's time to go in and pick up my drink. I just picked it up. Time to go give this a try. The only thing is, just because it snowed recently, there's just no great place to actually try it. Normally I just go to that park, but that park's still pretty snowed over. They haven't really plowed out the parking lot and everything, so I think this may just be similar to the Chick Fil A one, where I'm gonna have to just do it in the car again, unfortunately. So with that being said, let's give this a try then. It's not terrible. It's not great either. It's pretty good. I just feel like unlike the one I tried yesterday, where it was mainly the mint forward and that little back half of coffee, this is kind of the opposite of it, where I get more of the latte kind of flavor to it, with the back with a little bit of mint, and then just because there's little Oreo pieces in there, just kind of what are more like soggy kind of cookie pieces. Now the snickerdoodle one I started the video with, and this one here, for the holiday treats at least, I'd probably go with the snickerdoodle one more, or I'd probably do that one, even though with that one it didn't really taste like snickerdoodle to me. That was still a good drink. This is good, it's just not as great. So if I had to give this one a rating, it would probably be a 7.2, 7.3, somewhere in that range. But with that being said, those are all the treats I'm trying in this holiday treats video. and I wanted to try 5 different treats in the area. I wanted to try to do 5 different places. I wasn't planning on going back to Wawa, but the other planet that wasn't a big fan of. I also wanted to go back to a hot drink just because it's cold out and everything. Just got back home to kind of just do the outro here, but yeah, a lot of great treats just to kind of taste test around the area. Let me know in comments below if you've tried these treats before, what you guys kind of thought of them, and if there's any treats that it didn't do that you think I should try, and what you thought of this video as a whole, if you think I should do more of these kind of videos or not. But that's all I really got in this one. Again, here are the ratings for the treats I did get. And until next time, I'll see you. Don't forget to follow and subscribe.